Okay, today we are playing a game on King's Row. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Genji on attack and Sombra on defense. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, Diva, Genji, Symmetra, Mercy, and Bridget. Mercy, Bridget, not the best combo of healers you can have, because Mercy as a main healer is just a little bit unfortunate, really, because ever since they nerfed Mercy's healing, it's been a lot harder for her to be a main healer, because she just doesn't output anywhere near as much as she used to back in the olden times. And in terms of utility, she is massively beaten by Batista and Ana. She does beat Moira in terms of utility, because Moira has literally no utility, but Moira beats Mercy in terms of healing. So Mercy just ends up being better as an off-healer, as far as I'm concerned, because then she gets to use what utility she does have in damage boost more freely than she does as the main healer. And just if it's Mercy, like Mercy Zenyatta, then it always just ends up being like your team always feels super soft, because they just don't have like the sheer healing to go like toe-to-toe with the other team usually. So that's my thoughts on the matter anyway. Let's start the game. We're also on the console today, but I mean, you can probably just assume that at this point, to be honest. That's usually the case these days, isn't it? So our team's going in right now. It looks like our Reinhardt got pinned, which is interesting, because I thought they were going to teleport her through the gate, but Reinhardt appears to have gotten fucked instead, which is, you know, classic Reinhardt behavior, basically, isn't it? He got pinned, so we got, like, two options. Either he didn't see it coming, or he just didn't charge, which, for some reason, Reinhardt players just never want to counter-charge, dude. Like, they just never want to do it. Like, I swear to God, most Reinhardt players would rather get pinned than counter-charge, because they're just like, well, if I get counter-charged, I get stunned, right? Like, I don't want that to happen. So, they just don't do it, but like, it's almost always the best thing you can do, except in like very extreme circumstances. I just don't understand Reinhardt players. They're just very bad at the game. Okay, yes, that includes me. Thank you for asking. So it's okay, I don't play Reinhardt as much anymore. So we should be trying to fan the Hanzo rather than doing the line at him, because when you're like right on top of somebody, just doing the fan is going to do more damage, because he has to throw each shuriken one by one from the line, whereas the fan is all three at the same time. So if you're in range where you can reliably hit like 2 out of the 3, if not all 3, it is better to do the fan than the line. We also just decided to like massively disengage from everything that was happening. And I assume mostly because we were scared of Hanzo, but just like, it takes us so long to get back to the team fight that's still actively happening, you know? It's just like, disengaging that hard from the team fight that's still going on at the time is very inefficient, because especially as like a DPS hero, right, you're looking to output as much damage as you can. So anytime you remove yourself from the fight for an extended period of time, it's just you being less effective of your job at doing damage, right? So you need like a really good reason to do it. And like, yeah, Hanzo's scary, but like as Genji, you've got like the mobility advantage over him. So I would have rather just like stuck around the fight a little bit more, especially since our cooldowns weren't that far from coming up at the time regardless. Well, the deflect was kind of far away, but dash wasn't that far away at the time. Anyway, so Orissa's fucking dead. We've got an Orissa now, so hooray, I suppose. Their name is Magical Hamster, and they're not playing Reinhardt. What is wrong with me? They're not playing Hammond, so I was looking at Reinhardt at the time. That's gonna be my excuse. They're not playing Hammond, so that's extremely upsetting. The dragon just... Where did he fire the dragon from? On the other side of the wall? I mean, I guess so, right? The angle it was going. So if we had, like, S-tier reactions, we could have deflected it, I'm pretty sure, from there, but... Because I'm pretty sure he got hit by the arrow, and then hit by the dragon afterwards. You can deflect dragon, which is always very fun to do. The problem is you've got to deflect the arrow when he fires it. You can't deflect the dragon itself. As sick as that would be. Can you imagine if you just saw the dragon flying at you and Genji just went, nah, just bounced it right back, just like the full dragon. That'd be fucking sick, dude. So, we've got Dragon Blade, so we jump in, and we don't really have to do anything too fancy at the time, because we just come over the wall. Oh fuck, look. I will nitpick regardless, because if we are going to draw Dragon Blade, it is best to use dash somehow, because you'll at least get the... Because you're going to draw Dragon Blade, you're going to get the dash reset. So, like, in this kind of position, we are justified in dashing through the Mercy or the Hanzo to do the dash damage, then drawing Dragon Blade, because then we've just gotten the extra dash in, so we've just done more damage, which sometimes matter. Like, if we dashed through the Hanzo previously, right, it actually would have made a difference in this fight. If we dash through the Hanzo here, he dies 1 cut faster than we did. We also... Even now, like, alright, Mercy's gonna die, so we can dash, turn, cut, get the reset. And even then, that would have killed Hanzo faster, because if we dash through him here, kill Mercy, get the reset, Hanzo got the dash damage as well, because he was on top of Mercy. He dies a cut faster, which means he doesn't get to do this extra damage to us, and maybe we survive. Because he did end up just extremely narrowly surviving. So if he had just a little bit of extra damage in from the dash, he would have also died. Probably more concerned with getting the Mercy. I'm sorry, I keep cracking my knuckles right into the fucking microphone, which is very bad. Probably more concerned with killing the Mercy at the time, which is understandable. But in a weird way, I'd actually rather kill the Hanzo first, because the Hanzo is, like, the biggest threat to us on their team, basically. Because Hanzo can just get a headshot and kill us while we're in the middle of doing something. Not necessarily super likely to happen, but is still, like, the biggest threat to just, like, completely stopping our fun. So in a weird way, I'd rather kill Hanzo than the Mercy first, just to remove that threat, and then we can get the Mercy afterwards relatively easily. And, you know, Mercy players, fairly decent chance she just tries to res the Hanzo right in front of us, to be honest with you. Mercy players are not great at self-preservation, especially in lower SRs. They tend to, oh, fuck. Widow just shot my Widow. I should go res Widow. Oh fuck, Widow shot me. Oh shit. Right, she is still in the game, isn't she? I forgot. That kind of thing tends to happen. Oh, Tracer killed my friend back there. I should go and res my friend. Oh, Tracer was right around the corner camping the body to see if I would come and res them. Oh fuck, right, of course. You know, that kind of thing tends to happen a lot. So this is a very greedy dash to go for, because we're not full health already when we decide to do it, but no one in here is particularly hurt, so we just dash into the entire enemy team. Now we don't have our dash to get back out again. We do get back out again, so that's nice, but anytime you just dash into the enemy team, like, you want to have a good chance of, like, getting a dash reset, or you've got some kind of other plan. Because if you just dash into the enemy team, you don't have a plan, you don't get the reset, now you're just in the middle of 6 people without your dash. So, like, you have deflect to get you out, and the hope that the enemy team will fuck up, which is not a very good fallback. So we again just drop down and use Dragon Blade on them. Again, we're going for, like, Mercy and Batista right here. Batista just used the lamp, so we're safe in this regard. Again, we could have just dashed before we drew the Dragon Blade, just to get the extra dash damage in as well. Just help kill people a little bit faster. Dragon Blade refreshes the dash, so you want to try and dash before you use Dragon Blade. Not always a big deal, sometimes it's more cumbersome to do the dash and then draw the Dragon Blade than if you just did, because sometimes you can't get, like, a particularly good angle on the dash. Because if you're just, like, eye level with a guy, and you try to dash and then Dragon Blade, there's a chance you can, like, overshoot the guy, and then you're just, like, running after him, trying to cut him again after dashing, but... You know, if you're gonna draw the Dragon Blade, it's just a free dash reset, so you want to try and get the dash in if you can. So here, I don't want to fire up the Bastion, because they're not looking at us right now. So there's a chance they have no clue we're here, even though they should know we're here, but there's a chance they don't. So if we fire right here, they now just definitely know that we're up here, right? Because now we've just hit Bastion. He's still not looking, and now he's got bigger problems to worry about. But if we just wait instead, if he's not looking at us, that gives us the chance instead to jump over him, land behind him, and then just fan right into his power core and do a big chunk of damage to him, and then, like, does one of two things: gets up and tries to run away, in which case we chase him, or he turns around to try and shoot us, so then we can play Genji at him, you know, either deflect back at him if he's bad, or just hop around him and hope he can't keep up. If he's on console, fair chance he can't keep up, actually. So, with flankers, you have to be careful with, like, when you decide to just throw things at them, because you can give away the fact that you're there. And the element of surprise is extremely important, because if you can just get a bunch of damage in on a person before they have a chance to react to you, then that just makes it infinitely easier to kill the person, because then by the time that they do react to you, because they didn't know you were coming, by the time they do react to you, they have already taken, like, hopefully, like, half their health and damage. So at that point, they're not concerned with even fighting you anymore. They're concerned with just surviving. And if you're playing someone like Genji, you've got great potential to just, like, secure the kill on them once they start running. So with, like, flankers, you've got to be careful when you give yourself away. Because even now, they still don't appear to know we're up here, despite the fact that we killed someone up here and have been shooting at them. But they're still just, like, not interested. And we can see Bastion's low right now. The lamp's up, but the lamp's in a bad spot, so it's going to get broken soon, in all likelihood. So even now, we could just wait, not give away we're here, jump behind Bastion, shoot into his power core, and then, like, try and kill him like that. Instead, we don't do that, we just jump down right in front of them, and we had, like, the perfect opportunity to just, like, chill, get behind Bastion, power, and just, like, throw into his power core. And given how low he was, pretty easy for us to secure the kill on him. So, you gotta be careful when you give yourself away as a flanker sometimes. Very commonly seen with Tracer players, where they will shoot at people that are, like, on the other side of the fucking map to them, because there's, I'm getting some chip damage in for ult charge, but you've also given away the fact you're behind them now, so now they know where you are, which makes you a little bit more predictable, and the more unpredictable you are as a flanker, the better it's going to be for you. Reaper players also as well always, like, start shooting when they're, like, a mile away from the person, when they don't know they're coming, so they could just get up right up behind the person and just, like, two-tap them in the back, right? So, it's something to think about with flankers, because you want to be, like, you do want to be, like, maximizing your damage so you can be building ult charge, especially as someone like Genji, where his ultimate is so important to, like, his win condition. But, at the same time, sometimes the element of surprise is just more important. So we're trying really hard to Genji this Bastion to death, but he's just not buying it, so we should really stop trying to do it. If the Bastion isn't falling for it, the Bastion's not likely to fall for it, like, the 5th time, if he didn't fall for it the first time. So all we're doing is just, like, spending a lot of time running around in front of the enemy team, like, deflecting at them, which is risky and scary, especially since we weren't, like, playing particularly close to corners at the time when we were doing it either. So, our team's having a lot of trouble getting stuff done at the moment. So, we're not really, like, bringing much to stopping, like, dealing with this situation right now. Because what we're doing right now is basically playing a significantly worse version of Soldier. Because we're just sitting at near our front line, throwing shurikens at Reinhardt's shield. Genji's, if we're gonna do that, we're better off playing a hero that's better at breaking barriers, right? Like, we're playing Genji right now, we want to play to Genji's win condition, which is gonna be killing people by getting picks with Dash, hopefully, or Dragon Blade, right? This is doing nothing to do that, because if we try to use Dragon Blade right now, we're gonna dash right at Bastion, pull Dragon Blade out in front of him, and get shot. So, if we're gonna do what we're doing right now, there are plenty of better heroes to play for this than Genji, Soldier, Hanzo, Ashe, McCree, like, they're Junkrat. They're all better at doing what we're doing right now. So, we've got to figure out what we can do as Genji to deal with a bunker situation. This isn't a full bunker, because it's not like the, you know... Oh no, they do have an Orisa as well. They've got a Reinhardt and an Orisa, so they're, like, doubled down on the shields. We don't bring anything to breaking shields as Genji. We've got to find a way to circumnavigate this issue. We can't really circumnavigate it just by going straight at them, so we've got to get a little fancier than that. So, what we can do instead is we can dash up here, or just, like, get up on the other side and, like, crouch walk through, and then maybe they don't see us doing that one, right? And then we can go around the backside, hop up in the window. We can see Batista's up here largely by himself. So we can, if we think about it, like, way in ahead with what we know right now, we could go like, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to crouch walk around, and I'm going to come through around the window, I'm going to dash at Batista, draw Dragon Blade, try and kill Batista. Maybe he uses the lamp to kill keep himself alive, in which case, hey, if he just like threw it at his feet and panic, you know, then it's not down there, so we can just go, alright, fuck you, and then jump down on top of them, and start cutting Mercy, Bastion, what have you. If he drops down, and then puts it with his team, which is the correct play. Dragon Blade is still pretty good for killing the lamp, because we can just, like, hop up and be hitting the lamp while we're hitting people. So then we can break the lamp, and then hopefully our teammates are not just, like, sitting around sucking their thumbs while we're doing this, right? Because Bastion at this point is going to be, like, invested in us, probably. And if he's not, we have to kill their backline for free, if Bastion doesn't respond to us, right? And so, that's a more, like, productive use of our time than just sitting here throwing shurikens at their front line. Because they've got 2 shields up, they've got Bastion, they've got heals in there, like, we are extremely unlikely to do anything by just sitting over here throwing shurikens at them. If we're gonna do this, we're better off just walking into spawn and changing our hero. Like, we've gotta try and figure out a way Genji can deal with this situation, and this is not how Genji deals with the situation. We have to find a way to get to them so that we can try and use Dragon Blade. Because if they're doing like a bunker comp, they're all gonna be pretty like close-knit together, which is even better for Dragon Blade, because then you're getting way more people per cut. And that's how you end up getting play the game, cut, dash, kill, cut, dash, kill, cut, dash, kill, just like into this giant mess of men, right? So now we've gotten in here, but we've decided to go for their tanks instead of, because now we're just cutting Reinhardt and Orisa, which is not a productive use of our time still, because we want to be cutting the squishy members of their team. Batista's still sat up on the high ground. I think he used the lamp a second ago. I might be crazy. Let me go back to verify this one. Did he use the lamp? We're sitting behind a box right now, so we can't really tell, I suppose. So if we don't see, we just operate under the assumption he does have the lamp. But, like, Mercy and Bastion are over there. Batista's up there on the high ground. Like, instead we go straight for the tanks, and then Reinhardt Earth Shatters us while we're doing this. Get fucked. But, like, I think we just changed to Bastion. I don't remember us playing Bastion. Alright, so this is how much of an impact the Bastion segment of the game had on me, where I completely forgot it even existed. But, so we just, like, went straight for the tank line. We should just go for the back line, because the tanks are, like, the worst people for us to be trying to cut. They take forever. You ever tried to kill a Bastion by fucking Dragon Blading him? Oh my god, you're cutting slices of bacon off for, like, 3 days. It's unbelievable. And maybe we're afraid, maybe the plan is, like, because the plan could be, like, if I go for the tanks, Batista might throw his lamp at the tanks, then I can go for Batista after he's used the lamp, and now he doesn't have that to defend himself. That would be an okay line of reasoning, but we didn't do that, because he did throw the lamp at us, so probably not the plan. And even so, that's relying on Batista going, oh fuck, Genji's gonna cut those tanks to death. Batista, by all accounts, should be like, Orisa's got Fortify, Reinhardt can just, like, fight the Genji off, like, I can just, like, throw grenades into them and it'll be fine, and then I can use the lamp if it looks like it's gonna go badly, you know? So that might have been the line of reasoning, but we didn't do that, so probably not. Anyway, so we're playing Bastion now. Extremely optimistic, like, very unlikely plan to work, because we have to get through 2 shields, and we're attacking as Bastion. So we're gonna have to, like, buckle down in front of the enemy Bastion to start doing anything. So extremely unlikely plan to work. Is working, as we can see, at least, so, you know, I guess that's, don't feel like it was really working because of us, but hey, we're getting there. That's the important thing. Doesn't matter how you get there, just matters that you get there, you know? So, this is the thing with, like, attacking as Bastion, especially on, like, payload or hybrid maps, is, like, if you don't get it through in one push, it gets very difficult, because at that point, Bastion has to get set up on the payload again, which is very difficult if you lost momentum. This is why if you're going to do it on, like, Junkertown, if at any point the Bastion gets dislodged from the turret, if you have configuration tank ready, you can kind of maybe make it work, but, like, if you get taken off the payload, it's very hard to get back on the payload again as Bastion. So, you know, that's why, like, changing to Bastion partway through a payload track is a risky maneuver. If you're at, like, the checkpoint in between, it's easier, but, like, it's just something that's, like, unlikely to work, pretty much. So what are we doing is Sombra. We're up here, ready to be up to no good, it looks like, unless we're going to teleport away at the last second. Oh, it looks like we're up to no good right at the start. I think this is basically always worth going for, Sombra, right at the start, because sometimes something like this happens, where one of them gets left behind, so you get to just pop out behind him, and you're like, ah! So sometimes that happens, which is always very sick, but just like bare minimum, you'll get some ult charge, and what's Sombra's #1 priority in life? Generate ult charge. So just going for the flank right at the start of the round is, like, relatively risk-free, just because Translocator is such a good escape. And sometimes you get rewarded by, like, a full-on kill. So this was an extremely risky way for us to try and make this happen, because we just ran straight through their front line. We know there's a Bastion out here. We know there's a D.Va out here. Like, high likelihood of just getting hit as we come around this corner. And then we're like, alright, I gotta get behind this Mercy. So we just walk right in front of the Mercy. We got, like, Mercy 100% saw us. Like, if Mercy doesn't do anything with that information, that's great. But, like, we should expect, like, there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong with this. We could have just gotten chipped coming out the gate, and then Mercy saw us. So, like, at that point, we should expect them to in some way respond to us. Whether they do or not, gonna depend on the game, right? But this is the kind of situation where, like, going for this particular way out the gate was extremely risky, and also relies on, like, Mercy either not communicating the information or her teammates not responding, which is a bad, like, train to go down, because you're relying on the enemy team being bad, which is not good to do. You should assume the enemy team will play correctly and respond appropriately to you. If we're trying to get out the gate on King's Row as Sombra, like, ideally we don't have to go back in the gate, because then we have to go back out the gate again. But it would be better, as far as I'm concerned, to have gone back out the health kit, whatever, fair enough. Then, like, stealth round here, translocate up into the route, into the building, right through the window. They won't see us doing that, unless they're, like, paying real close attention over here, but they're probably looking that way, so we're unlikely to get detected. And then we can drop our translocator again after that. Like, we can come down here into the lobby, and then we've still got the Mercy situation to deal with, but we've circumnavigated the risk of just, like, getting hit as we come out the gate, right? And if there's, like, somebody out here that's got crowd control as well, like there's a Bridget out here, a McCree out here, and, like, we get revealed as we come through the gate, it's a chance we just die if they react in time, right? So it's just real risky. Like, you're just gambling on whether or not you get out the gate, whereas there is a completely, like, 100% safe way out the gate. And yeah, it's a little slower, because you have to use your translocator to get up there, and then you need to put your translocator down again before you, like, go in. But there's just no risk associated with it. It takes you a little bit longer to get there, but completely risk-free. And then we still got the Mercy situation to deal with. As we can see, Mercy didn't respond appropriately, so, you know, great. Unfortunately, they're just, like, pushing in. A few of our teammates are dead, so that's going to be a problem. Mercy, not really a very huge hack priority, to be honest with you. Like, I'd almost always rather hack somebody else, unless we think we're in a position to kill Mercy, because then she can't GA away from you. But, like, Mercy's a pretty lower hack priority, unless she's in Valkyrie, because, fun fact, hacking Mercy in Valkyrie turns off her regen. It's weird that it does that, but, like, it does, so that's nice. And then she can't res GA or anything like that in Valkyrie, so that's also nice. But, like, turning off the regen in Valkyrie is, like, really big, actually, because that's, like, a large portion of why Mercy is so hard to kill in Valkyrie. I was saying earlier that, like, we want to minimize downtime while we're playing, like, any DPS hero, really. And Sombra, like, the amount of time you have to spend getting ready before you can go out and try to flank again is something to bear in mind, because that's why you don't want to use health kits that are, like, super far away from where your team is likely to be fighting, because then you just spend more time getting back into the fight, which means you're doing less damage overall, which also means you're generating less ult charge overall. So that's important to bear in mind, which is why taking the longer path also seems unadvisable, because that's less time I'm doing damage, less time I'm generating ult charge. But the risk going through the gate is just so high. This is also why, ideally, we wouldn't have to go back through the gate again, because there's a health kit outside the gate that's outside of line of sight that we could have used instead, because there's the large health kit over on the left side from the attacker spawn. And that's out of line of sight from the attacking team. So we could have used that instead. And it's really easy to tell that Sombra's using that after the first flank, because she translocates over and you see the particle go that way. There's only one health kit she can be using. But we then have gotten another attempt without having to go back through the gate again. And we are unlikely to get to use that health kit more than once. But we have still maximized our uptime, because we go out, we do our thing, if we get into a bad spot, we translocate over to that health kit. They know we're over here now, but we've still got options for which way we can go out from stealth, because there's still 3 paths we can take from there to get back out again, so we've still got an amount of them guessing, because we could just go straight up left from the health kit, we could go through the store, or we could take the long way around the back again. So there's still, like, options for us to take. They still have to gamble 1 in 3 which way we'll go. And then, after that, you know, we've got to, like, probably chuck our translocator back over the gate so we can go back to our team again, and then we have to take the longer path out again. But that first couple of attempts we made to harass the attacking team were massively more efficient, because we used a health kit that was closer. So then there's no risk through going through the gate again, because we didn't have to go through the gate again. And the health kit is extremely close to the attacking team. So then we just go out, boom, over to the health kit, almost instantly back again. So we're looking for an opportunity to do damage again right after that. And then after that, the third one's going to end up being slower probably, assuming the enemy team, you know, was paying attention to where we went to our translocator, because then we know we're over there. It's possible they don't do anything with that knowledge, and we might get to use it more than once as well. But the first couple of attempts ended up being massively more efficient if we did that. So there you go. This is important to bear in mind with somebody like, I just did it again, I'm sorry. Important to bear in mind with someone like Sombra, where we are really, really concerned with how much time we are building ult charge for, because this is extremely risky to be doing this also. Like, this is very scary to be doing this. She's definitely, like, we shouldn't have been doing what we were doing, really, but we ended up just occupying Widowmaker's time, so that's cool, I guess, but, like, Jesus Christ, was this an inefficient use of our time? And then she just, like, wasn't listening, so that's nice also. Anyway, so, like, Sombra, like, as a hero, is extremely concerned with building ult charge as quickly as possible, because the reason to play Sombra is the Emp, right? Like, other aspects of Sombra are nice. She does a lot of damage. She's got hack in general, which is good. Having control over health kits is good, but, like, Emp is the reason to play Sombra. So, like, Sombra's got a lot to keep track of, but, like, thinking about things a few steps in advance is, like, really important for Sombra. Because by just having, like, the slight difference of, like, well, if I use this health kit instead of that health kit, I'll get back to this fight sooner. I probably can't use it more than once, but the first couple of attempts ended up being hugely more efficient, which could be the difference between me having my ultimate for the team fight and me not having my ultimate for the team fight, which is huge for someone like Sombra. So, we hacked the Baby D.Va right here. I'm not really very excited to do that right now, because Baby D.Va, like, there's no way she's close to having Call Mech yet. Like, she hasn't had a chance to do any damage. So, like, she probably can't call her mech anytime soon, and indeed she couldn't. We also don't have our translocator down anywhere, and we just end up getting clapped, so that's also very sad. But she hasn't gotten time to do damage, so she, like, can't have much Call Mech built up yet. So hacking Baby D.Va before she has Call Mech is, like, completely worthless. Anyway, so now we've got to get back to the team again. You know, Sombra gets back pretty fast, so that's nice. We could have chucked our translocator. We didn't chuck our translocator coming out, did we? No, we could get back faster, chucking our translocator out as we come around the corner. Just get back a little bit faster. The translocator will be up in time by the time we need to use it to get set up over here. Just get back a little bit faster. You know, it's a difference of a couple seconds, but sometimes the couple seconds matter. And Sombra's already a hero about maximizing so much shit, right? That's why Sombra's so hard to play, man. She's got, like, a mechanical requirement, obviously, but then she also has, like, this really heavy, like, meta-knowledge requirement as well, so, like, Sombra's really hard to play. There's a lot of decision-making to make as Sombra. Sombra is, like, as far as I'm concerned, she is the hardest hero in the game to play by far. This is a really important health kit to hack right now, because it is extremely close to where the team fight is likely to take place, and it denies it from the attacking team, who are the ones that are more likely to use this health kit, because it's closer to their side of the fight. So this is a really important health kit to hack. The large health kit in the bar is also a very big health kit to hack right now, because of its extreme proximity to the team fight. Because if the attacking team, they can duck in there, pick up that large health kit, and then suddenly one of the attackers is full health again, ready to come back out and resume fighting. But if it's hacked, they can't do that anymore. Defending team doesn't usually get to use these health kits, just because of the way the fight gets. They maybe get to use the one in the bar, probably don't get to use the one in the bookshop very often, though. But just denying it from the enemy team is, like, really big, because it's the difference between an attacker having to, like, massively disengage to heal, or just dip in the room, come back out again. So, Bastion's managed to use Configuration Tank before we hacked him. We waited kind of a long time to do it, but we also couldn't have known he was about to, like, buckle down into Configuration Tank right then and there. He was more likely to use turret form. So, you know, life is hard sometimes like that. Just didn't hack him in time. We do almost have Emp built up right now, and D.Va's just thrown in Self-Destruct, so it's an obvious time to use Emp. I was thinking, like, it's a scary time to be getting over here right now, right next to the enemy team, while most of our team's dead, but we ended up managing to Emp half their team, while Self-Destruct's coming in, so that's nice. Our team isn't, like, fully here to take advantage of it, but we have the spawn advantage right now, so our team is going to be able to get back and contest it with a numbers advantage before their team is. Unfortunately, they have a Bastion, so the numbers advantage doesn't necessarily mean anything, because sometimes your team just, like, fully suicides into the Bastion, you know? Ooh, Mercy was not allowed to do that. She was not allowed to go for that res, but she did. Really hard to get a hack off in there. No point hacking Baby D.Va right there after she lost the mech. She didn't use self-destruct. She can't have call mech. We're better off just shooting her. And when she's shooting into us, highly unlikely to get it off. We're just better shooting into her again. Massively unlikely to matter, but sometimes does matter. So still worth pointing out. If there's, like, very low chance of getting the hack off, or the hack is, like, unlikely to get any value, / impossible to get value, just shoot them. And I paused because I was just saying, we saw the trap. I saw the trap, like, several seconds in advance, but we still walked over it, so watch where your feet sees are going. We've just unstealthed right here. A little bit scary. D.Va's looking right in the direction we were at the time, so I would have rather backed up a little bit more to unstealth, just so that there's no risk of them, like, spotting us as we're unstealthing around here. And now we're just being really annoying. Don't underestimate how aggravating something like this is to do to people, because this doesn't look like we're getting a lot of value, but I can tell you from the perspective of somebody who has played Reinhardt in this position, this is hell. Because now I'm like, fucking Sombra is, like, in a completely different direction to where her team are. So I have to block her so I don't get hacked, but I also have to block the enemy team, and the second I start moving forward, she's gonna hack me. So, like, this doesn't look like it's massively effective, but doing this is putting huge stress on the Reinhardt player, actually. So, like, don't underestimate the value of just standing off to the side, like, holding your hand up at the Reinhardt, because the Reinhardt player 100% is like, fucking hate Sombra. And it just makes it so much harder for him to advance. You're not generating much in the way of ult charge at the time, so that's the thing with it, you know, is there's a trade-off to be made, but you are going to make it a lot harder for the Reinhardt to get in somewhere at that point in time. Oh, this is very scary. Oh, I thought it worked. Oh, Jesus, damn. You can use Translocator to dodge self-destruct because you are briefly invulnerable while you're using Translocator, but it is like a 0.25 seconds invulnerability, so it is extremely hard to do. Not something that's going to happen reliably, but sometimes when you're in like the Hail Mary spot, right? I think it's 0.25 seconds. It's extremely small. Is a hard one to dodge with. I like the positioning on that just a little bit further into the wall so that it's harder for the enemy team to see it, because they have to actually physically come in the room now to see the Translocator. So there's more chance they miss it. There's big Emp right now, because it also breaks Amplification Matrix, as well as completely destroying the little bunker they've gotten set up, so huge Emp. Batista, very sad to play against Sombra. We did see he had self-destruct, Jesus Christ. Well, sometimes charge is like self-destruct. We saw he had Earth Shatter, so we do want to try and like spread from our teammates as much as possible when we see the enemy Reinhardts go to Earth Shatter, because that's the only real counterplay you've got if you don't have a shield, but you're still in a position where you want to be fighting. The only thing you can really do versus Reinhardt is just spread from your teammates to make the Earth Shatter less appealing to go for. Because you can only hit like 1 or 2 people versus the whole team. So anytime you're fighting in front of a Reinhardt that you think might have Earth Shatter, just try and spread as much as possible. Just try and make it harder for the Reinhardt. So Reinhardt in a bad spot. He could have just died and gotten back in time to contest this point. So he was just risking like throwing the game there essentially, but. Yeah, he got to reconvene with his team, so good for him, but he could have just died and done so with certainty instead. Killed Bastion. I'm pretty sure he had configuration tank still, so that's a really big pick to get right now, because that's one of the few ultimates they've got left at this point, so one of the only ways they really have to capture the objective. Don't think he used tank. He had it when we hacked him, and I didn't hear him use it. But at the same time, like, to be honest with you, Bastion's, like, alt sound is so fucking hard to hear. Like, I miss it all the time. I remember when the game first came out, everybody was like, oh, pay to win over Hanzo, because the Wolfskin's voice line was quieter than the regular voice. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Just like, oh look, they're fucking gone. Their whole team is just fucking gone suddenly. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not even the first time I've seen it, but goddamn. That's a lot of damage blocked for a Narissa. That's pretty good. Wait, I just thought about it though, and I was like, how much of that was her throwing her shield down in front of the Bastion and having it immediately get broken? Big think. So I can't think of like one overarching thing that stood out, because we talked about a bunch of different things. I guess just efficiency, generally speaking, because there was efficiency with Sombra, and then mostly efficiency in terms of like dashing as Genji before using Dragon Blade. So I guess efficiency is the biggest thing that stood out, but like, oh, what a broad and non-committal thing to say, you know. Oh, it could have been more efficient, you know. Yes, that could mean a lot of things, couldn't it? It could also mean, you know, having higher accuracy is technically being more efficient, isn't it? So, you know, 16 self-destruct kills out of 8 self-destruct kills, out of 8 self-destructs rather, is actually, like, pretty fucking insane for self-destruct, but, like, half those self-destruct kills were thanks to us. So, really, that's our card. Thank you. You're welcome, Diva. Anyway, so, also, big sad for Mercy, 20,005 healing instead of 20,000 flat. Anyway, so, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you could join our Discord, ask questions more directly, and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 p.m. EST till midnight EST. There's a link to the channel in the description below. Sorry, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jesus. There's a link to the channel in the description below, and if you managed to make it all the way through the video and still somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.